Hey Michael, Vsauce here. Are you a person in need of help with related rates? Well, I'm here to teach you. Related rates can be broken down into 6 easy, accessible rules. Rule number 1 of the 6 steps for success for related rates is to determine the given values. This can be done by looking at the problem to find the values that are given that will be very necessary in the upcoming step. Step number 2 is to draw the problem. By doing this, you can more easily understand what's asked by the question and to help visualize what's given. Step number 3 is to write the equation. In order to accomplish this, you need to evaluate the values given and the drawing you made in order to establish an equation that represents the problem. Step number 4 is to find the derivative of the equation. This is necessary in order to solve. The 5th step is to find the sign of the rate of change, which is important in the next step and will dictate if your answer is correct or not. The final and 6th step is to just plug and chug.
We're going to be doing an example problem. I've marked down the given values to start the problem. From the problem, we can establish that it's most likely asking for a triangle. But first, let me draw it up. The boat being here, there's 8 meters over here from the dock, and 6 meters up. The dock is up here because it says the dock is 6 meters higher. This is the boat. From this, we can establish that this is most likely a problem using Pythagorean theorem. So x squared plus y squared would be equal to z squared. Using this, we can find that z would equal 10, as 64 plus 36 would equal 100, and 100 squared would equal 10. And the next step would be to differentiate the problem. This equation. So the derivative of each would be 2x dx dt plus 2y dy dt, and this would equal 2z dz dt. Next, we plug in the values that we know. Because dy dt is going to remain at 0 because it's at a constant height of 6, so the change in y, there is no change in y. We can cancel out this. For dz dt, it's given at dz dt being 3 meters per second. So we can input this value, and we know z to be 10. So it'd be 20 times negative 3, because it's getting pulled in. Because it's being pulled in, it'd be negative 3 meters per second. We do not know dx dt, and we're trying to solve it, so we input the value that we know. So it's 16x dx dt, and 16 dx dt equaling to 20 times negative 3, which would equal negative 60 equal to dx dt times 60. Then the next step is just to simply solve for dx dt. So dx dt divided by 16 equals negative 60 divided by 16, which equals dx dt equals 15 over 4, negative 15 over 4. That is the amount of meters per second that the boat is being drawn in.
Thanks for taking the time to watch this video.